third one set up.
Channeling, channeled.
Yeah, I know. All the channeling.
Okay, Kayla, we'll flip it like this. That'll make this easier to see.
Oh, look at that. You're popping up on my phone on. Do not disturb.
Hold on. I can never tell where to look on my camera.
For the live events, we just have to take a quick picture while we get everyone streamed into one channel.
Let's see
how this all the works. Devices and accounts.
Oh, see, it's kind of working.
Yeah.
That's good enough. All right.
So we're doing it from 3 separate angles. So thank you so much.
We're gonna have to slouch down.
Yeah, that's okay. I can do that.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Can we get us both if we do it like this?
Learning new things every day.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
It says rotate device though, so I don't know if it's gonna actually let you do it like that.
Oh, huh. No, I guess
lean
not.
It back a little. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
For being so patient.
Yes, technical difficulties, multi-streaming devices. Okay, and yeah, this is weird. I don't even know where to look right now.
Yeah.
So oh hi.
I know.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. And so, we have someone on Intuitive Insights.
We do.
Hi, Paula. So welcome. Kayla was doing this Facebook event, and she just happened to be at my house tonight. And so we thought it was a great night to do something together. And, we used to, for everyone watching on Intuitive Insights, we used to do this, of course, all the time. This was the original channel that we started together, and it's just really cool to be together again.
Yeah, it's so interesting how this worked out. So we both are going down a very similar journey, and we crossed paths and we started this channel together, Intuitive Insights, and then sort of forces brought us to different directions, and we're able to fulfill that in different areas, and now we're able to sort of combine that again. So it's cool to see what that's going to look like. Yeah. So essentially, the intention behind this event is to give people the opportunity to get to know me, or in this case, also Kassia. So we each have our own businesses. Mine is Kayla Divine Channel. And I offer different healing modalities, healing services, tarot, oracle card readings, and grid work and cord cutting and all sorts of cool stuff. So, and then Kassia has hers, and she can go ahead and,
Yeah, and so I have a couple different things that I do as well. I have a YouTube channel, Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia, which was the second channel that I started. I have a business as well. And both of our businesses, there's information in the description box below, or we can get you the information. But I do a bunch of different things too. I do tarot readings and oracle readings now. I do a whole variety of different healing modalities, Belvespita and Theta healing being the two that I work with the most. And so it's been a beautiful journey of us both really stepping into just our dreams and living our dream and having that be what we do now.
Yeah.
Like we're able to live our purpose full time. And I think that that's like the greatest gift of all. And we both had very different journeys getting to that point. But somehow, like you said, we kind of met back up again.
Yep.
Like at the same point again.
Yeah.
It's just like our roads diverged for a little while. And so we have no idea what this is going to look like. Yeah. We have no idea what anything's going to look like.
We don't. And really like the theme of, or what the messages have been for many people is just to go with the flow and enter the unknown and follow your heart and go with your heart, which sounds a lot easier said than done. But also, it's sort of like your mind's not going to be able to comprehend something that it has never experienced. So to enter into something brand new, it's sort of like, trusting and having faith and just fully embracing that moment. So essentially, you have everything you need in that present moment. So finding that, and it sounds very simple, but it's a very profound message.
Yeah. Being present.
Yeah.
Being centered in this now moment.
Yep. Yep. Through breath work or yoga or meditation or or just observing or enjoying or being in the heart center.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's one of those really simple sounding things, but like the profound aspect of it is those moments where you actually get to experience it.
Yeah.
And you step into that energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've also been talking a lot about how the messages or the things that we were manifesting, we believed that we could have it, but we didn't necessarily feel it. So we both have been integrating in now, fully integrating into like the emotional body, our like soul purpose and mission. And it's like, I just said to my son the other day, I said, I basically get paid to be me.
Right. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the best description.
I know.
That is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And how amazing is that? And that is when we're talking about moving into this new earth, right? That's what it's all about. It's about us being able to show up as who we are in every single circumstance, in every single moment.
Yeah.
And not to have to put on like a different hat or whatever the verbiage that you want to use when we go out in different places in the world. It's like we always get to be centered in who we are. And that's really incredible.
Yeah, well, it's like we are, at least like what people are stepping into is really just being a divine channel, right? So, and I will share with you guys what I shared with Kassia earlier, but and I do feel like a little bit nervous being on camera because I haven't been on camera really. So it feels very uncomfortable.
We're breaking her back in. I just want to say nobody's joined yet from Cosmic Consciousness.
Yeah.
If anybody does, because this camera angle is really funky.
Yeah.
It's just it's a weird situation that we got going here. The link for Intuitive Insights is in the description box below. My sister channel, it's under. So hop onto that and hop onto the live. And I'm going to post it for you guys from or maybe I won't. Actually, no, the camera didn't work. I won't. But hop onto that if you guys see this and check it out, because this is weirding me out just seeing this here, looking off into the distance, because I never know where my camera is on this phone.
It is a little bit awkward.
It's awkward.
We're
so
just gonna
come check us out on there. I love you guys so much. All right. It's telling me to rotate my device again. All right. Intuitive Insights with Kayla and Kassia. Yeah.
Awesome.
Love you guys. Okay, now we have that distraction out of the way.
Awesome. So I'll do my best to keep an eye out on the chat. I think it just pops up on here, and then we also have that up there, which I can barely read, but it's there.
I can get it. We get this a little closer to here.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is so beautiful because this really reminds me of the first live that we did together.
I know.
On Intuitive Insights, and we were messing with the camera, trying to figure, we had all the different things going, and then we kind of like trimmed out all the distractions, and but it was really beautiful and it was really fun.
Yeah.
And it's just, the energy is so incredible right now, just with the full moon and with everything that's going on. And it just, it feels really, really good to be here.
It does. And just trusting and surrendering that everything is exactly the way that it's meant to be. And what I was going to share with all of you, if I can do it correctly, I still have a hard time saying it out loud. But one of the messages that I was receiving that I still do is that to remember that everything is source in essence, no matter what level of awareness they're at. So when I start having thoughts or I start speaking in terms of separation, which for me, I'm going to do. We live in a society where we have to operate in this, system of energy, but it's like, it goes, let me see. It goes the you, the me, the us, the we, the one. And then it goes up like this and then back down like this. Right. So whenever someone or you, maybe you can take this on, but it's like whenever you're having thoughts of judgment or opinion, but just to remember that it's like, we're all connected and we're all one. And it's just really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
is really beautiful. And I think it's easy to forget that sometimes. And it's easy, even when we become more spiritually awake and aware, we still unconsciously separate ourselves, because then it's like, oh, it's the woke people and the not woke people.
We're just like,
and all the other names that we call each other, you know what I mean? Which is all division and separation still. And so it's really just like stepping into that energy and noticing, because we all do it. I do it.
Yeah, me too.
You know, constantly. I think, you know, when we start discovering that we're star seeds and things like that, right? We label ourselves all these different things. And every time we label ourselves as something, we are in essence separating ourselves.
Well, yeah, I know. And that's where it gets really tricky. So in the very,
hi, Pamela.
in the very beginning of like someone's spiritual journey, it looks sort of like, why am I seeing all these weird numbers everywhere? And that's a weird synchronicity. And like, I don't want to be at this job anymore. I don't want to be with this person anymore. And it's just like going down the rabbit hole of like, who am I? And it's like, oh my gosh, remember what I said? I went down the rabbit hole all these years to figure out that in essence, I am nothing. I was like, well, shit.
And that's where the journey brought me. All these different things, all these different labels. And then eventually we're so excited when we find them.
Yeah.
And then we realize that none of them matter anyway.
Yeah.
The
essence of you cannot be defined by our very limited language, which is,
I mean, but we're used to living in this 3-dimensional reality. And so like we use these labels, for lack of a better word, to try to describe a shared experience.
Yeah.
But that really brings me back to what you said at the beginning about when we're really present in the now moment. That's when we're able to be present in that unity consciousness. And that's when we don't feel that sense of separation anymore. And we don't need the labels and the words to define and help us relate to each other, because we're fully connected in that energy.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're moving into. And it's interesting too, as well, for those of you that have experience like tapping into the 5th dimensional, like heart-centered consciousness, like grid. All of a sudden, like, you know, like for me, I have to get my car fixed, and the shop that I aligned to was this beautiful family. And I just always remember Phil Good saying that when you enter someone's like business, you enter their like domain or their field of energy, and like there's an equal energy exchange when you go in and leave, like, you know what I mean, how that works. And it just brought me to this beautiful family and like this shop that is so genuine and kind, and just like little things like seeing someone at the toll booth, and just we're connecting more and more throughout the world to each other. I'm seeing like just more and more often, just that eye connection. It's like that soul recognition, just at random places, like you said, without even having to say anything, just knowing that, I see you, I know what we're doing. So.
And I gotta tell you guys, Kayla has the most amazing eye contact of anyone. Like, I used to kind of freak people out because I tend to look people right in the eye when I talk to them. I've just always been that way. But like, Kayla will stare into your soul, and it's like, it's beautiful though. I did. But that's what we're doing, right? It's that connection. And it's really interesting when you have like that deep, intense eye contact and connection like that, because it really, like we're doing right now, like play this with somebody sometime. It really helps you to realize how comfortable you are. And it's not just like, it's like not connecting with you only, because I'm connecting with me too. Like you said, we're feeling that connection of being that one energy.
Well, the divine, the one, right? We're channeling it, we're connecting. So we're the one connecting through each other, right? So that's when we release labels of twin flames, soulmates, whatever. So like that's the beginning of like, wow, like this beautiful connection. It's like, wow, like I can have that with anyone or anything, you know, and that joy and that beauty of just connecting through the moment. And it's amazing.
And it really does. It shows you, like, it reveals a lot, I think, like how capable and able you are of holding that contact and having that experience. Like as I stare into Kayla's eyes, I get that realization when I start wanting to look away. It's like, it's almost like I'm hiding from myself, or what within me do I feel I still need to hide from somebody else. And so it's a really fascinating kind of experience to have.
It is. You should definitely give that a shot. I don't do it with many people, so
Oh, you don't?
No, she's I only do it with people I really, really care about. It's just like my circle's pretty small. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and I mean that happens, especially as you start awakening.
Yeah.
You know, it does get pretty small for a while because you're really aware of who you're allowing into your space and who you're allowing into your energy.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it's about. It's about living consciously, even to the point of like, it's essentially about what you believe you're consuming, not actually what you're consuming. So it's like, I'm going to eat this apple because someone told me it was good for me, right? I believe this apple is good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to eat this apple. This is good for me. Oh, awesome. I feel good, you know?
Mm.
And then all of a sudden someone tells me that that's bad for me. That's bad for me. I'm going to eat that anyway. I feel guilt, shame. Oh my gosh. You know, it's like, it's just like what we believe about what we're consuming because we're creating the matter with, we're not like us as a whole, the one is creating, you know, or lifting Gaia out of the darkness or the dark age into the golden age and pulling everything up to the surface. So we're all sort of
so absolutely we're getting into that. So
so
she goes real deep in a whole bunch of
anyway.
But it really is, we're really tapping into, as we tap into our power, we start to realize the power of our minds and the power of our beliefs and like what is truth, right? Truth is what we choose it to be.
Well,
and so we can transmute and we can shift the energy of anything
by our perception.
Through our perception, our intention, and our belief. Yeah, absolutely. It was like, and so it's funny, and I'm not saying, so this is where it gets weird, right? Because like, yes, the example I'm going to give of what good nutrition is very important. Food is fuel and medicine for our bodies. This is absolutely true. But there was, I forget who it was, a scientist or I forget who the guy was. And he was talking about how, theoretically speaking, from an energetic perspective, if you were in that mind frame that you were just talking about, you could get nutritional value from essentially anything.
Right. That's what
just by the alchemy of that process of transmuting that energy through the intention.
Yes.
But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of belief. Like I don't necessarily get that when I try that. Because there's a part of me that doesn't still believe it's like, no, this candy bar is not good for me.
Yeah. Oh,
like I'm gonna try to shift this energy, but like deep down inside,
I definitely have that too. And like, you know me, like I'm very extreme. So it's like, I feel very much like I'm seeing a lot of the light right now. Right. But then again, you know, that's the ebbs and flows of life. I may, you know, I'm probably going to delve in to do some more shadow work and then back up to the light. And then it's just like a little bit of like reflection, really not shadow work, but more like growth through ease and grace of like, oh, I see that pattern and looking at it from like an observant standpoint versus like, like you attacked my character. My ego hurts, my pride, you know.
And this is actually really good energy for that right now, is being that observer, where we have this full moon in Libra and we have a lot of air energy. We actually have a grand air trine going on right now. And so that air energy is all about the being able to look at things from that slightly detached perspective and really be the observer. So we have that working for us. I definitely experienced quite a bit of emotional purging in the days leading up to today.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
But like now, like we can utilize that energy to really observe. It can be easy. We make it complicated, but moving out of these old cycles and these old patterns can be really easy to do when we're able to just really observe that and pay attention and pull out because the emotion is attachment. Right. And so when we're feeling that intensity of emotion about something, we're attaching to it. And that makes it really difficult to release and let go of.
Well, you will repel it if you try and hold on to it. Really.
Well, talking about manifesting and stuff like that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. I want to see who's on here.
Some cards too.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so we have somebody who's wanting who donated for they have a question.
Oh, they have a question.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm just gonna sorry about this reach. I'm just gonna go ahead and reach over and read this here. Okay. And I donated, and you have the question. And what's the name? I can't read that.
Zeneb, I believe.
Zeneb?
Yes.
Okay, Zeneb. So how this sort of works is, for me personally, I'm able to tap into your energy. And I can't necessarily tap into like theirs. I can look at it from an observant standpoint as much as possible, but I can't really delve into their energy because I don't have their permission. So it's like I will certainly look at that, from an overview and see what that looks like. And yeah, cool.
I mean, we can say,
what
does spirit want us to know?
Yeah.
Or what does spirit want Zeneb to know?
I love that.
About this connection.
Oh yeah, and I have those angel cards under you too.
Oh yeah. Are these right under my chair?
Yeah.
That will pull those out.
So now, what does spirit want you to know? Interesting. So we got the Eight of Wands and the Lovers, but the Eight of Wands is upright, manifesting. The Lovers is actually in reverse, which is interesting. So Spirit, what do you mean by the Lovers in reverse? So it seems like there's a lot of suppressed emotions around you and him and the connection. There is a lot of like misconstrued emotions. So the Eight of Wands is about travel, right? It's about manifesting, communication, things like that. Do you see anything?
It seems like something that's not happening, something that's not coming.
Right, that's what I mean. And we're looking at the overview of his energy. So it's like it almost just looks like, because there's the traveling, but then there's this in reverse. So Spirit, what do you mean by the Lovers in reverse? I'm very curious about this. What do you mean by the Lovers in reverse? So there's a lot of cards in reverse, which is very interesting. It just seems like he's doing a lot of, he or she or they, but this person is doing a lot of uprooting, but it almost seems like they're digging themselves into a deeper hole than they were before. In regards to like old patterns and behaviors, in regards to relationships, it just, it's almost like this is like going down and then all these other cards are in reverse, which is very interesting. So this person seems to be doing a lot of inner work and inner healing. I don't see anything that says if they're happy. It says that they have a lot of old patterns of deceit and lie that they're releasing, and the Justice card is in reverse. So it's like, if that was upright, it would be like this is being karmically served, for lack of a better term. But because it's in reverse, it's more like going in the opposite direction with this other person that this person is with. Where are those angel cards?
Right there.
So what's the guidance for this current situation? So for you, essentially what this is saying is that you're given the opportunity to really focus on yourself and your own healing and allow this other person to have their own journey, right? So essentially they're just a reflection of these patterns that you also need to heal. So what is it within you that you can do to sort of claim your power back from this relationship and sort of just heal from it and let it go, essentially, because it's not in your control, and this person has their own journey and their own divine plan. So just trust and have faith in the way that things are playing out. Just give me one more to wrap this up. So this is about taking action on your end. right? So this is all about it's good to feel things for a little bit of time and then sort of get up and shake it off. So what this is saying to you is that just continue to focus on you and yourself and release all this energy from this other person. Trust and have faith and take action on your part. And if this is meant to be in regards to you and him, then it will manifest. And if not, then it's time to really move forward. So thank you so much for tuning in and donating to us and allowing us to guide you. All right, let's see. So anyone on YouTube, we have 2 videos up, and I'm going to leave it on for a little while. It does look awkward, but if you'd like a reading, hi, Chelsea, if you're still on, I miss you so much. Yeah, so if you want a reading, the donate is the Intuitive Insights. I tagged it on the Facebook. I think I posted it somewhere in the Kayla Divine Channel page. And then we can do a reading on whatever you'd like. Just let us know after you donate.
And so Paula has donated.
Okay.
And she wants to know what she is ready to release that she hasn't seen with this full moon. And what is she ready to step into?
Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, sure. This is really interesting because we haven't done a tandem video in a long time.
I know, we're learning how to operate,
Clear. Yeah.
I feel like it's going well though.
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. All right. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Yeah, we can start with the tarot and see what comes out here. I don't know why I handed you that deck. I want this one. Here. All right. Really cool too. So Paula, what is Paula needing to release? Right? Needing to release? Yeah. What is Paula needing to release? And actually, I know what else I want to have for her too.
Oh.
Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands coming out.
Oh, we could show them too, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. Sorry. I didn't abandon you, I promise.
So this is that energy of being kind of closed off.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of energy about releasing anything, Paula, that's keeping you in that closed off kind of heart space, in that energy. It's sort of like that energy of kind of being on the defensive. Mm-hmm. And so opening that up a little bit, this is the energy of like when you've gone through a lot and you've become really strong because of what you've gone through. Yeah. But it's sort of like there's a little bit of that extra tough. It's like that skin has gotten really tough. And so it's not letting a lot in. Yeah. And so it's not even so much necessarily about releasing as it is about opening up. Mm-hmm. And getting into that receptive energy. I'm also feeling like kind of like some of the stories that are associated with the things that you've been through. And so we sometimes get really caught up in the stories of things. Mm-hmm. Like especially if something has made us really strong and kind of like defines us.
It's like, well, I've done this and I've been through this and that. And the ego really holds on to that as an identity.
Exactly.
Releasing that identity.
Exactly. Yeah. Releasing that identity and releasing the attachment to some of those old stories about who you were. Mm-hmm. Like all the things that you've been through made you the person that you are, but you don't have to hold on to those things now. And you can also grow and evolve from that point.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely feeling that. Are you feeling anything else coming through with
No, I really I just feel mostly just releasing the old identities and stories and really embracing and reveling in the unknown and allowing source, divine, whatever you want to label it, to guide you into your destiny, your soul path. And we don't know what that looks like. And that's made like that for a reason. It's really exciting to experience that. So,
yeah. Gone through a lot. I'm strong. I'm ready to release those narratives of being rejected. I'm ready to come up finally. Fuck yes, you are. You are, exactly. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. Right. And that's a huge thing when we're talking about those narratives of being rejected, right? That's a huge energy that we're working with. And I've been working through this myself, actually, in the past week. It's been coming up a lot. when we talk about this full moon in Libra and that energy between the opposition of Libra and Aries, and that energy of the self versus the other.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of themes of abandonment and rejection and sort of like where we were feeling not good enough. And so, yeah, that's definitely a big theme. And absolutely working through that, releasing that, letting that go, right? That's that old storyline that says like, you know, we get attached to that, like, I was rejected because of X, Y, and Z. Like this, like we hold on to, and that's really what this energy is about when we're looking at the sun conjunct Venus and Chiron. It's about, who am I? What is my identity?
Well, which identity? Yeah, and it's like, which identity am I choosing to hold on to? Because in truth, we're none of those things, but we can choose, you know, what how we want to live this life. Like, you deserve everything that you want. You are worth it. You can have that, right? So release all the old stories and realize your worth. And know that everyone is divine, sovereign, and free in essence. And and you're beautiful, and just allow it to just let it go.
Yeah. And it's a lot of that energy of stepping into, like, releasing us from the definitions that we have of ourselves based on other people, based on other people's actions, other people's perceptions. Like, can we let all of that go and just step into what we know of who we are? And if you want any help with releasing any of that stuff, reach out to either one of us. There's a whole bunch of different things we do that can be really helpful with that. So let's look at now, what am I ready to step into?
Cool.
All right. What is Paula ready to step into now? I just had a flashback.
I felt you leave for a minute. I was like, that was weird.
Kayla always used to make fun of me because I'm not really good at with love. I don't shuffle cards the way normal people do. I have really small hands. And so, like, the way you'll see her with the sexy shuffle, oh God, that's like bang, bang,
it's
bang.
So sexy.
That's not me.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, yeah. Boom, girl. All right. We got the wheel and the star coming out for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah. What are you ready to step into? You're ready to step into healing, trust. This is also, the star represents vulnerability, right? So that's that opening up. That's that allowing, that's that being receptive. It's like, look at how she has this string and it's all this light up here. This is also the energy of like wishing upon a star. So what are you stepping into? What do you want to step into? Right? What do you want? Because you are the creator of your own life, right? So you get to decide what you want to step into next. But whatever it is, know that you're doing that with this healed perspective. Like, you're really opening up to this healing and opening up to your connection with source.
I'm really the heart too, because look at the around the heart center, and I'll show you guys too. It's glowing right here. See? Yeah. And that's not just a message for this particular person. This is a message for the collective in general. It's like, where our hearts are connecting to source, you know, we're realizing that we are source, not in a God complex sort of way, but in a way of just realizing that we're all at different levels of awareness and we're all source. So like, this is like your destiny. You're destined to move into your power and remember your divine essence. And that's about it right now, because the rest of it seems to be sort of unrevealed or But I really like how you can see, because it's like, this is the divine light of source, right? She's got this cord that's attaching her, right? She's realizing her connection, right? That connection is being reestablished. And then that light is also shining in her own heart center, right? Because this light is her light. It's one and the same, right? So that's really beautiful. And then the wheel, this is that turning of the wheel. This is this next phase of your journey. This is blessings. This is like it feels like a new karmic chapter almost. Well, it is. That you're beginning. Yeah, because if it was in reverse like this, that would mean that you are sort of going in the opposite direction. There's no right or wrong or good or bad. It just is. But in this case, you're going in that direction. So I think we should probably stop there. But that's the. But just to let you know, Paula, you got the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So So there's that.
There's that.
Thank you so much. Awesome.
All right.
Yeah. So I can't really read that.
Oh no, there's just the comments there. You're welcome, Paula. Why, hello, my darling. I see some more people popping on here. Hello, hello. Oh, Tommy, so beautiful that you found each other again.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's quite a journey. It's amazing how fast things can change in a year.
Yeah. Yeah. It really, and you know what I was thinking was so beautiful too, is like, we started this channel, right? We started this Intuitive Insights. We started our YouTube channel together because we wanted to share our experience of awakening with people. We wanted to share our journey, but we also wanted to show people that they could do whatever they wanted to do and become whoever they wanted to become. And we talked about too how we were going to be making that journey towards living the reality that we talk about in front of the world for everyone to see. I'm just remembering this now. We talked about that, and I made a joke too, and I was like, spirit better come through, because there's people watching now. Like, we got an audience. If we're saying you can manifest your dreams, you can live the life you want to live, and then it doesn't happen for us, like, that's gonna make you look bad, guys. Like, it's a little backhanded.
Yeah, but we really did.
That was my joke. But like, really, I I've never even thought about that. And now this is only a year later. Yeah. And we're both on here and we're both living our purpose full time.
Yep. Both of us left our jobs. Like, partner situations have changed. Living situations have changed. Family situations have changed. Finances, stuff, everything. So much. Yep. Yeah. So it is more than possible. That is so fucking cool. That's fucking wild. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much.
Oh man. That's beautiful. That is really beautiful.
I know. Yeah. Let's pull some more cards. I actually was looking at this deck right here.
Hello, lovely. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'm really feeling this whole energy of like, what are we all releasing and what are we moving into?
Yeah.
Just as a collective. And do also remember, anyone who's watching, like, a lot of the things that come up, if people make donations for readings, there's a reason that everybody's hearing it. So there's probably something that people can get from everything as well that's coming up, because we are all connected. Always, but definitely in this moment and in this energy. And so anytime that you randomly pop on, there's probably a message, even if it's about somebody else. There is no other, right? Yeah. There's only the one.
Right, the one. So, the you, the me, the us, the we, the one. Yeah. You, the me, the us, the we, the one.
I love it. Time. I love it. Yeah. Yes, the moon is so bright. Yeah. So bright right now. It's incredible. I don't know. I can't keep track of when this is terrible and embarrassing to say as somebody as an astrologer. But I can never I never can keep track of when the supermoons are supposed to be. I feel like they're all supermoons lately. Yeah. And so it feels pretty super. It looks pretty super to me.
Take time to breathe out. Nice. So taking the time to just stop and breathe and relax and feel the energy of the moon, right? The magnetizing energy of the moon, how it pulls. Ooh, those are jumpy. How it pulls, the energy in and out. A new start is coming. Look at that. A new start is coming.
Yeah. And so what I'm feeling too for guidance that we're getting here is like, take that time to really, just like we were talking about at the beginning of this, like, be centered in the now, be still, because there is a new start coming. There's a lot of new energy coming in. And like, it's going to get busy. It's going to get fast.
Oh my God.
And so enjoy this moment.
I fucking literally was just thinking that the other day.
Because enjoy the calm before the storm.
I was like just relaxing, and I have had a lot of time to relax, or like I've been very blessed just to be able to relax, enjoy like the life, because I worked really hard on manifesting, what we were just talking about. And then it came into fruition. Remember how busy I was and how stressed out I was? I was like, I don't think I can handle all this stuff. And
right. It's the energy of almost like, be careful what you wish for.
Because
you will get it.
Yeah, now it's finally all integrated in and settled in, and now I'm relaxing and creating, new things and expanding even more, just like what we do.
Hell yeah.
Until we feel like we want to stop.
Yep. And I'm also feeling this for people too, is this is telling you, like, if there is something going on in your reality right now, something that's really challenging for you, and you're feeling like the energy's never going to shift, it's never going to change, like you're stuck and you're trapped in something, and it's like suffocating almost. That feeling of suffocation. That's why it's saying take time to breathe out. Take those deep breaths. Know that there is a new start coming, even if it does not feel like that right now. If you're in that, like it's darkest before the dawn energy right now, just what we just said, it's darkest before the dawn.
Keep holding on to that light, to that hope, that there are so many times that I remember that's literally all I had, right? Was to hold on to like that one vision, right? But that's how you begin to co-create with the divine, is in the darkness and in the void, right? And then just reveling in that, and then allowing that, clearing it, then that space, and then not filling this space with the old stuff, but filling this space with all the new stuff. So easier said than done, but
so a couple different feels for that energy. But and that's why it's like, especially with these energies, right? They can seem really overwhelming. They can get really intense sometimes. So it's just breathing through that and just being in it, being in, like we said, it keeps coming back to that. It's so funny. You started out the live talking about being present in the now, right? It's like, just continue bringing it back to that, and just know that like there is energy. There is energy moving, even if it feels like energy's stuck. It's moving. It's just like, that's why we talk about all the time, right? Like, do not be fooled by the outside, by the way that circumstances seem on the outside, by what you're being shown, because that can shift in an instant. And so sometimes that's the trick. That's the challenge, is like, are you going to buy what I'm showing you? What is being reflected to you? The illusion, right? Or are you going to see through that illusion?
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like, are you ready to take responsibility for your own energy, right? And step into your power and your divinity, and baby steps, really. Something came up when you were talking about the holding the vision in the darkness. But that also reminded me of what I was saying to you earlier, Cass, about how really the most important, or like the most valuable belief that I've adopted so far is that I can shift my outside reality with my internal belief system. So if I believe that I can shift that, right? I believe it now, especially because I've experienced it. So now my ego mind's like, well, fuck, like I know that I'm good. So I mean, let's do this thing, But in the beginning, it's really hard to let go because we're programmed and patterned into this system of being afraid of the unknown, and all the other patterns that we were talking about before. So
and it really is, it's really empowering, and it's really fun and magical when you start practicing that art of shifting the internal and just watching the external change, like not even doing anything.
I know. Well,
right? That's when it's the most profound. That is the feminine energy, right? It's like, I'm going to shift me. I'm going to shift my energy. And then you just observe as everything else changes around you to match that shift in energy.
It's insane because things are speeding up so much. So when I first started practicing this, and I'm so excited, if you guys have done this before, it's a really fun way to play around with the energy. But now it's happening so much faster, like I experienced with my kids, right? Like how all of a sudden I was in my heart, and then all of a sudden, just like that, they were responding differently to me. They're everything about them was different because I fully believed, like I was in my heart. And then they all of a sudden were just, everything was flowing nice. And I was like, oh my God. like, what, for real?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so I like share that with the intention of letting you know that it's more than possible.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because it's so good to hear that and be reminded of the fact that like we see you, right? And it's so important to know that like you have the ability to manifest that. So don't doubt yourself at all, even for 1 second. It's really easy to get wrapped into that because a lot of people, the majority of people don't believe that, right? So when you start talking about that stuff.
Oh yeah. And I think that this is relevant too. I don't like sharing a whole lot of my personal stuff. I'm trying to get better about that. But I think that this is really relevant too, because we are talking about with this full moon, there's a lot of relationship energy going on. A lot of that just it's a lot about relationships and stuff like that. So I've had that experience recently in my relationship.
Yeah.
Like there's been a lot of challenges. There's been a lot of stuff going on. And so I have really got into that practice of like, okay, yes, I'm going to communicate. I'm going to share where I'm at. I'm going to share what I need. But at the same time, instead of asking for more of you, I'm going to start shifting things within me.
Yep.
And I'm going to start healing things and working on things within me and shifting my energy and the way that transforms. So if there are people, especially with this full moon energy, with this energy, all this relationship energy that's coming up, if there are people who are struggling in that area, like really try that and practice that. How can I look at what is this triggering in me? What's coming up within me? How can I heal that within me? And then watch as that begins to really shift the energy. Yeah. And it's that energy of, and this is when we're talking about Libra, right? We're talking about finding that balance, finding that balance between giving and receiving, right? But it's sometimes the energy is about what can I give? What can I put into this instead of what am I trying to get out of this? And the way that shifts things as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
And love changes everything. Exactly. And the more we heal, the more we turn that internally and we work on shifting our vibration. What we're doing is we are opening ourselves up to be able to embody more love, to be able to allow more of that love in. And that is the thing that is shifting and healing things, is that energy of love. Yeah. Right. So that's perfect.
Yeah. There's a lot of people right now that are in an integration process too, which is why I think you and I were feeling that more so when we're talking about that. But there's like a deeper level of integration of the light into like your body and this like recognition and then this detachment from like old patterns becomes easier because the integration is coming from the light with the heart center. So it's like a leveling up, and that's sort of what's been the theme of my life. And I'm not sure about anyone else, but it's been like, okay, I've leveled up. These are the things that are leaving, right? I shed all the old things, a lot of physical things, a lot of belief systems, right? Still a shedding, walking into that. And now it's sort of like this just space. Yeah. And so again, the intention behind sharing that, and I know there's always an intention behind everything that I share with Source. So it's like, there's a relatable aspect to it, to know that like what you're going through, a lot of people are going through, and we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say the good, the bad, the ugly, but there's no ugly. And there's no bad really either, but sometimes it feels that way. But that's the illusion. And okay, so yeah, that's coming up. Yeah. It's this process of oftentimes when we're doing the most healing is when things feel the worst and when we feel as though we're not making any progress. And so I feel like that's coming through because like if there's anybody right now who's in that place where you're just like, I don't know, man, I just feel like I'm a hot mess. Yeah. Like I don't feel like I'm integrating. Oh, yeah, I don't feel like I'm healing. Oh yeah, we're a hot mess. You guys, if you guys have been here since the beginning of this live, you see what a hot mess we were. And 5 minutes before we got all this set up, we were shoveling sushi into our faces because it took us that long to get dinner figured out. We reset the time twice. Yeah. Right. I mean, we're all hot messes, right? But if you're in that place and you're feeling that energy, just know that like you're probably actually doing some incredibly deep healing right now. And like there is an incredible transformation that is most likely underway. Like we emerge out of those periods. Like healing can. And so this is what I'm learning, right? Healing can feel really good. Healing can be done with ease and grace. But it takes a while for most of us to figure out how to do that. And even then, even when it's happening with ease and grace, there's still stuff that comes up. We still feel it, right?
Well,
and it doesn't always feel comfortable. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that we're not healing. That means if you're in that place, that probably means that you are well into your healing journey. If you're in that place of uncomfortability and that place of like,
and it's like, and another thing, it's like that and again, I don't know why I keep being guided to do this, but it's like a relatable thing. But at least for me, I see someone that helps me with my journey, right? Someone that's been through more like quote unquote levels, right? Or whatever. That assists me in my healing. So it's normal, and it's amazing if you reach out for help and get healing or learn different healing modalities or start to take courses or classes or learn tarot or see one of us for a reading to get guidance on a specific situation within your life. It's a beautiful journey, and just keep going.
Like we all need a little help from our friends.
That's what
it's that kind of energy, right? Yeah. And it's funny, and it's like it doesn't matter who we are on this path and what it is that we do. You know, I think that a really important thing for people to learn too, and a lot of people I think who tune into this channel are healers. And are people. You're a healer if you're healing yourself. Period. That you're a healer, right? Every single person on this planet is a healer, whether they realize it or not. Right. But also people who are actively involved in that helping others as well on that journey. It's like healers need healers too.
We just use
and so we all need help. Right.
Yeah.
The labels. You guys missed the label discussion.
I know.
But you know what I mean though? Is like we all need assistance.
We do.
Everybody is getting assistance from somebody.
Well,
and if they're not, they probably I don't want to say should be because that's placing judgment. But that's why we're all here doing this collectively, assisting each other.
And we're really lucky to be here. So again, for anyone that's new, kind of jumping on or has popped in now, we're just doing readings based on donations, talking about the ascension, and the full moon, and sort of just catching up on stuff.
Yes. Let's see here. Leaving behind. Are you? I have to get really close to read too. The combo is supposed to help my vision, but so far I've only had one treatment, so I'm still on. Are you giving us the little nudge, Pamela, to do the reading about what we're collectively leaving behind? She asked leaving behind with a question mark. And yes, I agree. The more we practice all of those things, yes, the more our outer reality does change. Yeah. I mean, let's do it. What are the energies that we're leaving behind?
Sweet.
What are we? You know what I really want to pull here?
What?
I want to pull and it's funny because we were talking about these earlier. This is the house of the Oracle, the house of the night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Clear.
I'm excited.
All right, so let's get some energy on what are we leaving behind? What are we releasing and leaving behind with this full moon? And remember, the energies are fluid, and also the energies of the full moon, like we feel these and they impact. So
Just
this
take
is
what you need.
whenever you're watching this is when it's relevant.
Exactly.
But what energies are we leaving behind? Right there. Energies that we're leaving behind.
Wow.
Okay, we're releasing a lot. Oh, honesty. That's interesting. Cycles. Invisibility. And loyalty. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, there's a couple different messages coming through here.
Yeah, what are you picking up on?
Well, for one over here, this is about releasing old loyalties that aren't serving anymore. This loyalty, if you've been holding on or feel like you've been loyal to a specific person, job, place, situation, house, right? You feel loyal to that. You won't let go of it because you made some kind of old vow, releasing old vows. Anything that is holding you within that energy. If you feel like you just can't leave and you don't know why, maybe there's some old cords or things that you may need help cutting and assisting with that as well. Again, like we all need assistance coming back to that. So releasing those cords and old loyalties, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then this flame, the holy fire. I know that sort of came up in your reading, like the white flame or something.
Oh, right? Yeah, the white flame of ascension.
Yeah, so the holy fire, burning through, moving through cycles, right? And then this message actually came through when I was driving. This was about how as you're shifting into the fifth dimensional heart center consciousness, and this message did come through years ago. I think you and I talked about it too, about how people in the three-dimensional fear-based system actually may not necessarily be able to see the people in the fifth dimensional heart-centered consciousness, even though we're all living here. We're all physically here.
Oh yeah.
Like
we perceive of each. We can only perceive of that which we're the vibration.
Right. So we're aligning to each other. All the timelines are sort of aligning to each other with the fear and the love, heart-centered, fear-based, things like that. So it's almost like you may feel invisible at times as well.
Yeah. And this is also just the energy of allowing ourselves to be seen too.
Yeah.
Like that energy of fading into the background, of not being afraid to step into your light, to really shine your light and be who you truly are. Like we're leaving behind the need, or that energy of feeling invisible, feeling like we need to be invisible.
Yeah, taking
for
off
whatever
the mask,
reason.
Taking off the mask and really being authentic about how you truly feel and what you really believe, and allowing that flame, right, to awaken and burn through your soul, right? Burn through all the things that are not serving you anymore. Move through the cycles. And it's almost like, if you look at these two cards together, right? She's dipping her toe in. She's looking, and it's like almost like all this darkness, and then she transcends into this, right? Almost like a loyalty to the divine, or a loyalty to source or mission sort of pops up. Then all of a sudden, that new cycle begins, right? And you leave behind the old. So you're remembering a loyalty to your mission, to your purpose, and that holy fire is burning through your soul, and essentially there's no more forgetting. You are in a place of remembrance now, and there's no more dipping your toes in the water, right? It's time to fully step into your power, because you are a part of a team, right? We all are connected, and if you've been holding back on something or not taking action within a certain area, and you know that it's time, you feel that urge, you feel that call to do that thing, to whatever it is, the message for you right now, if you're listening, is to do it, to take that leap of faith and listen to that holy fire, that holy flame within you, and follow your heart, because what's the worst that could really happen,
Yeah. And it's the loyalty to ourselves too.
Yeah.
That loyalty to source, to our purpose, to our mission, which is also loyalty to ourselves. And really coming back to that, like, what do I deserve? What do I owe myself? Right? Like, where is it that I've been looking outside for things, right? And I felt invisible because I'm wanting that validation. I'm wanting that external thing to make me feel good, and I'm not getting that, right? I'm not getting that because it comes from within. And so, like, where do I decide that I'm going to give that to myself? Where do I decide that I am worth giving that to myself? Right? I am worth living doing the things that I love. I am worth taking care of, right? Like, my body is worth taking care of. My soul is worth taking care of. right? Just really stepping into that energy of like, we may have, and this is with that Aries Libra axis, right? This is a big part of that energy. Where does our loyalty lie? Like, right? We have loyalties to other people, but when does our loyalty to ourselves become important too? When do we find that we've been betraying ourselves?
Or loyalty to a story.
Right.
A storyline.
Absolutely.
You know,
that came up earlier.
I'm going to create this life. I'm going to get that partner. I'm going to have these kids. I'm going to get that job, right? And then we get all the things, and then the story is fulfilled, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, like it's time to release that story. Like that's not who I am. It's time to step into this or that or the other. Yeah. But releasing the old identities again, which is coming up.
Absolutely. And I think that's part of what this honesty card speaks to as well.
Yeah.
It's like that honesty, that understanding, that illumination around what it is that we are needing to release. What is this cycle? I feel like for some people, there has been this confusion and this self-dishonesty about what cycles we're actually wanting to close and what the cycles were that we are experiencing. And so it's like really getting the honesty around that self-honesty to be able to look at that and be like, it
looks like that she's looking in the mirror.
She is.
Shit.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And this is like I guess it's not a child. Maybe it's a child. I had the energy from far away. Like it struck me as a child. And so a lot of that mirroring of childhood as well, those childhood wounds that we're releasing, those belief systems like we're talking about that we were created as children. So a lot of stuff we're releasing a lot of stuff basically.
And then I want to bring up the emotional body with the water, and then releasing the childhood trauma within the emotional body, the sacral chakra, where your sexual energy is, your creative energy. It's orange, it's right here. And that's where a lot of the old relationship dynamic patterns reside that we adopt through our parents. And so a lot of that is clearing as well. And perhaps a lot of people are beginning to see that those cycles or patterns that they keep continuing to play out maybe, aren't serving them anymore. So there's a lot of stuff coming through.
All right. So cool. let's get into what we're bringing in.
Perfect.
What is it that we're making space for? Clear. What is it that we're making space for? What are we bringing in? Yeah, I know. Need a bigger screen. What are we bringing in? What are we making space for?
Oh, what is it?
Ooh, High Priestess of Spirit.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Look at this card.
Yes, so that is beautiful energy for what we're bringing in, what we're stepping into.
Oh, High Priestess of Spirit. That warms my heart much.
We might, maybe we should look and see what this, and this is a number 7 card, by the way, for people who are into numerology, right?
High Priestess of Spirit. So it says, this is the first time I've ever read out of this book. I am Nyx. Is it Nyx?
Yeah.
Goddess of Night, and you have chosen this symbol to help guide you on this journey to find an answer to your question. Consider that there is an invisible spirit within all living things. Know that all things, events, and experiences are woven together like a magical web that can be seen only in the darkest night and not by human eyes. My child, everything that you need to know is part of the divine scheme of things. A meaningful coincidence, a blessed friendship, a lover, and a significant experience are all orchestrated by me to help you become the powerful being you were meant to become. No matter what is in front of you, something important is brewing. You will know the answer to the what soon enough, but I keep secret the why. You may step forward knowing that some things are meant to remain a mystery.
Ooh, some things are meant to remain a mystery.
Holy smokes, that was... And it's like right under the fire too. I could feel
the honesty. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we may not know, everything is not going to be revealed as to what it is that we're stepping into, but we're stepping into the mystery, right? We're stepping into the unknown.
Yep.
We're also stepping into our role as the high priestess, right? So this is our higher spiritual intuition. This is our higher spiritual understanding. This is that connection, like Kayla was talking about, that connection with the self, with the divine that we're stepping more into. And all of those things, right? The synchronicities, the different, we're stepping into, I think, it's that mystery aspect.
I know.
It really is.
We're not allowed to know, I swear.
No.
Like, it's so bizarre, but when I try and really read into people's energies, I'm not allowed to see certain things because it's so profound and so beautiful that we couldn't even comprehend even for a second. Our minds would limit it right away if we knew. And it's like all of us together. I have been, every time I start thinking about human like life, 3D like things, money, house, kids, blah blah, food, dinner, whatever, all this stuff that I love, but also it's a lot. Spirit just keeps guiding me back to the present moment, really just reveling in that, feeling what it feels like to be fully like present. That's what I mean. Like when I looked at the tree this morning, I was meditating, when I heard that thing, I was looking at each tree and I was like, the you, the me, the us, the we, the one, right? And coming back down and just connecting all of us. And it's the invisible spirit, like it said in the book, that connects all of us. So yeah. And so what we're stepping into is a whole new journey that is yet to be revealed. We don't know everything that's going to happen. We're just being we're just being reminded that we are being guided through it, that we're stepping into a whole new set of circumstances that are constructed by this divine mind in order to lead us to where it is that we're meant to be. Exactly.
But we are, it's trippy, right? Because we're also an active participant in that process.
And
in
also,
that
there's nowhere
process.
to be or go.
We're there. That's it. Anything else? Will you give us anything else about what we are stepping into?
What? Come on. Are you fucking kidding me?
It says complicated. Oh, and this is number 11. So we got a 7 and an 11 coming out here.
Okay, let's just get one clarifier for the complicated. Okay. Well,
Beyond Illusion.
That's the world card, the 20, 22?
Yeah.
That's the last one in the deck.
Yes, I believe so. 20. No, wouldn't that be would that be Judgment?
Beyond Illusion, yeah. Seeing beyond the illusion. So it's complicated because it's like you're seeing beyond, outside of the box. Like what's happening is outside of, see the green circle, right? All the things surrounding it. Right? You're seeing beyond all that. And something higher than you is guiding you, right? Your third eye, a lot of third eye activations and messages coming through. Yep. Yeah, I feel like... Should we look at the book and just see what it says? Sure. I feel like we're stepping into circumstances here that we're not going to be able to understand with the cognitive mind. And so we have to tap into that high priestess energy. We have to see beyond. And we talked about this earlier too, right? Seeing beyond what's right in front of us, right? Like, am I going to allow myself to be fooled by what reality in the world is mirroring back to me? Or am I going to know with what I intuitively sense and feel? What is the energy underneath that? What do I know is coming? What do I know is being created? Even if what's being mirrored back to me is not showing me that energy. And that's the thing. And that happened to me today when I had an interaction with someone, is that I felt this energy residue. And I was just like, oh, I lost it. It didn't let me go. It's been doing that so much lately. So it's like we're stepping into a new level of our spiritual mastery where we're really being called. It's like, and I hate to say this, you guys, I like to be all cheery and like, oh, shit's going to be great. And it is all great, but we're going to be challenged in some ways
with this energy
yeah.
where it's like, this is the next phase of our spiritual initiation.
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
is.
we are going to be confronted with circumstances that we can't, right? This card is like saying, it makes sense to me, but it doesn't make sense to you necessarily, right?
People are going to project, that's what I was getting. People are going to project their own 3D, you know, fear-based matrix system, right, onto you, but you can see beyond that, right? You know that that's coming from a place of love or fear. You see beyond the illusion. You don't take that on because you're in your high priestess energy, right? You know the truth you see. And you're able to move through that. So it's sort of almost like a warning as well that things continue to see beyond, you know, the physical reality, because things may look messy, which is also a theme that has been for the last year or so, that things may look messy on the outside, but everything's being brought to the light. And again, you play a beautiful role in that in your own divine way.
Yeah. Circumstances are going to look one way on the outside, and that's going to be the challenge, is seeing beyond all of that to the truth. To the truth, seeing beyond that illusion, right? Moving, it's going to look complex. You're not going to be able to make sense of it. And so you're going to have to go deeper, and you're going to have to trust what you feel and what you know over what it is that you're being shown.
Well, that's why you're being given and have been given the time to really revel in the moment and develop this ability to tap into your heart center, right? So you're given the space to like develop that ability to feel that feeling of that heart center, to experience that fifth dimensional heart-centered consciousness, or even fourth dimensional dimension of like synchronicities and numbers and things like that. And yeah, it's definitely, that's why we need each other, again, stepping into our soul families, because it's time to really start helping each other. All right, so let's just look at this really quick. It says number 11. My sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Drawing this symbol reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in one moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex, and only time will help you put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring, and complications can make for deeper and more mature experiences. Don't try to figure this one out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious web. It's we can't get away from it. It's the same answer every single time.
Yep.
It is. It's just looping back. All of it's just looping back, and it's just, we've said it over and over again, many different ways, for whoever, you know, needs to hear it in that way. And again, you can reach out if you'd like some assistance, or would just like to talk, or
if you want help working through these belief systems, working through some of these traumas, releasing these cycles, cutting these cords, calling back these aspects of your power and your energy. Both of our emails are in the description box below. Reach out to either one of us. We would be so happy to help you guys work through that energy as we are working through it. And on the bottom of the deck here, I do want to call attention to this. We have the fledgling. And so this is that energy of us being in new territory. This is us like fresh and new. This is the one card. So this is a brand new cycle that we're beginning, right? These are the old cycles. And now we're in this new cycle. And it's in her chest, isn't it?
Yep.
And so this is us, like, our wings aren't super strong yet because we haven't been flying. We haven't been living in this new energy yet. We don't know. These are brand new circumstances and brand new soul lessons that we're getting ready to learn now. And so it's just that energy of realizing and understanding, like having that compassion for ourselves and having that patience with ourselves and being like, I'm just learning how to do this. Like, I'm stepping into this next level of my spiritual journey and advancement. And like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
Now you're the
basically, you're the fledgling. You're the baby. Right. It's like, as soon as we feel like we've gotten a little bit of our feet underneath us and we're like, I know how to do this. I got this. Next thing comes. And then we're new all over again. So it's like, if you are feeling that energy, just know that we're meant to be feeling that energy. As we step into this new cycle, we're really learning. We're learning and we're growing. And it's really great when we start out at at that bottom level
Mhm.
again, right? Because that means that we've reached the next.
It's
the next
exciting
phase.
rather than like scary. It gets exciting, and it can, after like the first initial jump, it just gets exciting after that. I mean, of course it gets scary. We're human,
right?
And we're in human bodies, you know, and we're playing out this human experience, and yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. That's for sure.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, it is not. No, it is not. So every single one of us here, that's why we are all spiritual warriors. That's why we're here right now. That's why we're doing this. So never, ever, ever forget that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So full moon tomorrow, full moon in Libra.
Yes.
Yeah, we went over the energies. So if you missed a lot of the video, you can go ahead and look back on it. I believe it keeps it on there.
It'll stay on, so you guys can go back and watch it. And if you guys want to know more about the specifics of the full moon Libra energy, my personal channel is down in the description box below, and I have a video that I did on the astrology and all the energies of the full moon. So feel free to check that out as well. If you like the astrology tech talk, and you know, I pull some cards and do some stuff on there too. But this has been really awesome.
I know.
Really, really fun. We haven't gotten to do this together since, I don't know, we did once or twice over the summer. We were able to get together, but it's been since the pandemic started. Yeah. That we've really been able to do this.
Yeah, like actually be together in the same room and reconnect after that 1 year of craziness. So yeah, and then again I have so Kassia has her channel and her services, and I also have my business, which is Kayla Divine Channel. There's a YouTube channel which I will be posting more videos on hopefully soon. Yeah. And then I also do energy healing. I do offer Reiki. Let's see what else. Just regular sessions in general to help move through belief systems, tarot oracle card readings, grid work, cutting cords, releasing attachments, spell work. Sometimes I do work with like herbs and stuff, and do like weird little spells and things like that. So yeah, I do
got some witchy vibes going on.
All sorts of weird stuff. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to label it.
I know. Yeah. That's exactly. I'm like, I'll get the certificate. I'll know about my, whatever if you need me to. But I already know how to do all this stuff.
It's all magic.
It is. Yeah.
That's the label that I prefer for all of it. It's just magic. So we have different types of magics.
Yep.
And so yeah.
Yeah. So that's So that's it. And it's been an honor, and I'm so grateful. For everyone that joined on and that we were able to connect and do this. And I love you all so much. And that's it. Peace, love, and namaste.
Bye. Thank you, guys. We love you so much. Thank you, Pamela. Oh, thank you, Esther. Thank you, all of you. You are all so beautiful and so amazing. And we're so happy to be able to connect with your energy and get back on here with you guys. And so, who knows? This was really off the cuff.
I know.
We may do more of these.
Yeah.
We probably will, and they'll probably be totally random. Yeah. We have no idea. We can't really say when.
Yeah, but sometime.
Yeah.
Expect us.
Expect the unexpected.
Oh gosh.
Right?
This full moon is really got us crazy. We've been like insane tonight. Literally, like the energy is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful energy though. I love it so much. And we love each and every single one of you. So we'll catch all of you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful this is like the pre full moon party tonight.
Yep.
So have a wonderful full moon tomorrow night, you guys.
Yep.
If it feels this good tonight, I can't even imagine what it's going to feel like tomorrow night. So
do some
capitalize on that.
Write down what you want to release, burn it. Write down what you want to manifest.
Some of that witchy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We love the witchy stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Do really embrace it and go for it. And this is a big one. They all are. But make the most of it. Have some fun with it, and we will talk to you all soon. Release expectations. Yes. Perfect. Because as we can see here, right? With these cards that came out, our expectations, like they're probably, whatever happens is not going to be what we expect.
Yep.
And so the sooner we can release those expectations, the sooner we can be open to what is wanting to come in for us. And we can be open to the magic that the universe is wanting to weave for us. All right. Bye, guys.